And right now at 10, we begin with an NBC 15 reality check. Tonight, secrets, lies, and the allegations tying a refugee living in Mobile to Iraqi dictator Saddam Hussein.
A man who authorities say fought against America in 2 wars. NBC 15's Andrea Ramey exposes that alleged secret life in an exclusive reality check investigation.
According to a recently unsealed federal indictment NBC 15 News obtained, federal prosecutors say 61-year-old Saad Ahmed, seen here entering the United States, served nearly 20 years in the Iraqi Army, led by Saddam Hussein, and he obtained the rank of colonel. The problem, though, according to prosecutors, Ahmed didn't fully disclose that military history and tricked officials into gaining U.S. citizenship. Looking for Ahmed using record searches led us to this Mobile property.
So does he live like around here, your father-in-law?
Yeah.
He lives around here?
Yeah, and my husband with him now.
This woman who asked that we not show her called her husband, Ahmed's son, who promised he'd be right there. And within 2 minutes, he was.
Get on my property right now.
Obviously mad at our mere presence.
Turn it off.
Okay.
Turn it off.
Is there a way that we can get in touch
Can
with
you
your...
turn it off? Said Bob. Turn it off.
Is there a way that we can get in touch with your father?
I said turn it off.
I left my card requesting Ahmed contact me, but I haven't heard back. The federal indictment says Ahmed served in the Iraqi Army fighting as an engineer against America in both combat and support units during the 1991 Gulf War and again in the 2003 Iraq War until the U.S. defeated and disbanded the Iraqi Army. His family fled war-torn Iraq and legally entered the United States as refugees in 2010, resettling here in Mobile. Ahmed documented his journey on Facebook from JFK Airport in New York until he landed in Mobile.
And that's why I've been so against just willy-nilly letting these people into the country.
Congressman Bradley Byrne says cases like this support his long-standing criticism of the refugee program.
Maybe it's time for us to rethink whether we should be letting any of these people into the country that are coming from basically war zones.
Court records show in 2015 Ahmed and his family became U.S. citizens.
Immigration forms are very difficult to understand for a layman.
It's those forms, federal documents show, that got Ahmed in trouble. The indictment claims Ahmed lied to gain U.S. citizenship. In 2011, when he applied for permanent resident status, he told authorities he served 4 mandatory years in the Iraqi Army. Then in 2015, when asked directly on his application to become a U.S. citizen, quote, "Were you ever a member of or did you ever serve in, help, or otherwise participate in a military unit?" Federal investigators say Ahmed answered no, and again said no during an in-person interview. But prosecutors say the truth is Ahmed was a career Iraqi soldier, serving for 20 years, climbing to the rank of colonel. Immigration attorney Michael Cowie, who does not represent Ahmed, says it may simply boil down to a paperwork error.
If he took this upon himself and he filed it on his own, he may have thought that he had already been over the hurdle, or over the hump with the issue of serving in the government for Iraq, and may not have understood that he needed to still go back and explain this again and again.
Paperwork error or not, prosecutors say not fully disclosing his military service disqualifies him from obtaining U.S. citizenship because he was not a person of, quote, good moral character. It's not clear tonight what prompted authorities to flag his application 4 years after he became a U.S. citizen. Ahmed now faces 2 counts of naturalization fraud, up to 20 years in prison. He goes on trial in September. The government's also seeking to revoke his citizenship. Andrea Ramey, NBC 15 News.